Good evening and welcome to Pickens High School. My name is Chris Wallace and I proudly serve as the principal here. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the class of 2021 Senior Class Secretary, Miss Sarah Cottrell, to give our invocation.
Good evening. Please bow your heads with me for a prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for blessing us and allowing us to all gather here together to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2021. All that each of us have experienced through our educational journey and our lives thus far has brought us to this very moment. Thank you for guiding us here, and please be with us as we move through the program tonight. We ask that you continue to guide us in the life experiences that lie ahead of us, support us when we falter in our hopes and beliefs, and keep us safe as we make major life decisions, and grant us the courage to see the good in all the moments that life will present us. Most of all, keep us gracious and always remember that those in our lives that have helped us along the way. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Sarah. At this time, I would like to welcome Miss Emma Long to come forward to sing our national anthem. Please stand and remain standing while we sing our alma mater as we follow. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, thank you, Emma. At this time, would the senior chorus members please come forward? Thank you, chorus members. You may be seated. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of Pickens High School, I would like to officially welcome you to the commencement exercises for the class of 2021. Today, we celebrate a very important milestone in the lives of young men and women seated before you. This day comes on only after a great deal of time, effort, energy, and hard work have been invested by not only our graduates, but also by the many who have supported them along the way. At this time, I would like to recognize some of the many individuals who support what we do here at Pickens High School. Please stand when I call your name. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. Pickens County School Superintendent, Mr. Tony Young. Pickens County Board of Education members, Ms. Sue Finley, Board Chair, Mr. Tommy Gartrell, Vice Chair, Mr. Tucker Green, Mr. Aaron Holland, and Mr. Steve Smith. Chief of Student Services, Ms. Christy Bone. Chief Technology Officer, Mr. Patrick Shea. Director of Human Resources, Mr. Chris Parker. Director of Student Health Services, Ms. Gail Smith. Director of Community Engagement and Public Relations, Ms. Destiny Shope. Director of Curriculum, Ms. Anita Walker. Principals, Ms. Marla Callahan, Harmony Elementary. Ms. Jennifer Halco, Hill City Elementary. Ms. Stephanie Hall, Tate Elementary. Mr. Corey Thompson, Jasper Middle School. Dr. Chad Flatt, Pickens Junior High School. Please join me in applauding these individuals for the role they play in supporting our mission here at Pickens High School in their service to all the students in our district. To the faculty and staff here at Pickens High School, thank you for the many hours you have spent helping to create meaningful, worthwhile learning experiences for our students during this challenging year. Please stand and be recognized at this time. All PHS staff members, please rise. Thank you for your service and dedication to our students and school. The next group of students the next group of individuals that I would like to recognize are those who have decided to selflessly serve in the United States Armed Forces. This honorable commitment should be recognized and commended by each one of us who enjoy the freedoms that men and women sacrifice for and defend each and every day around the globe. Former President Ronald Reagan said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same." At this time, I want to recognize the members of the class of 2021 who have decided to join the Armed Forces after graduation. Students, please stand when I call your name. Allison DeBoard, Hannah Palmer, Thomas Aiken, Caden Barfield, Tyler Bowen, Garrett Carroll, Mason Ford, Philip Klimble, Tyler Lohman, Zachary Myers, Jacob Reppert, and Nicholas Watkins. Please stand and join me in honoring the commitments made by these fine young women and men. Thank you all very much. At this time, I would like to recognize a student who has shown significant perseverance by attaining the unbelievable achievement of 13-year perfect attendance. Miss Megan Duckett, please stand to be recognized. At this time, I would like to invite Clay Chauffeur, Vice President of the Class of 2021, to the podium. He will be introducing our guest speaker chosen by the senior class.
Good evening. I'm Clay Chauffeur, and I'm our senior class vice president. Tonight, I have the privilege of introducing this year's class speaker. Born and raised in Pickens County, he lived in Tate with his 10 siblings. At the age of 13, he moved to Cherokee County and graduated from Cherokee High School. After graduating high school, he enlisted into the military, where he would spend the next 13 years. After these years of serving our country, he decided to further his service. He joined the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department and later moved to Pickens County Sheriff's Department. He has been a police officer for combined 30 years between the two departments. A short 4 years ago, he was told he would be taking the job as SRO at Pickens High School. Here at the high school, he's been a role model to anyone he comes into contact with. After talking with him for a while, it was easy to see that his greatest love is his family. He has a son, a daughter, and 4 grandchildren, and he loves spending time with them. It's obvious that young people are near and dear to him. Just last week, he came cruising by my class, blaring the song, Celebration, and popped his head into the room to make sure we are doing okay and to brighten our day. This is something he does all the time and never goes unnoticed. Not only is he a leader in the school and the sheriff's department, but he's been a pastor at New Bethel Church for 28 years. As I was getting to know him better, one thing jumped out to me, his servant's heart. I was trying to find the best way to explain this. I found a quote from Mahatma Gandhi, "Service which is rendered without joy helps neither the servant nor the served, but all the pleasures and possessions pale into nothingness before service which is rendered in the spirit of joy." His role as a pastor is just another way in which he serves joyfully. In my 4 years, I have managed to never get on his bad side, but honestly, even though it is a part of his responsibility to catch us slipping, it has always felt like he was on your side, looking out for you. He's always been in our corner. Please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, Officer Kevin Rivers.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Before I get started, I need everybody to do me one favor. Every Sunday, a lot of Sundays before I get up to speak, people look at you like they mad and want to knock your head off. So I need all of you to do me a favor, if you don't mind. Look at the person sitting beside you. Look at the person sitting beside you and give them the biggest smile ever. Come on, even if you don't have any teeth, go ahead and smile. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And hopefully I can talk without preaching, because you don't have to preach everywhere you go. But I'd like to recognize the Board of Education, principals, staff, and especially the students on both sides. The students, you guys are some of the greatest. And the staff is some of the greatest here in the state of Georgia. And the reason why I say some of the greatest, because some of you, you know, these last 4 years, man, we squeaked by, but we made it. So, but seriously though, these staff and the students here, they are some of the best that you ever want to come across. And I remember their sophomore year, they asked me to speak at the White Christmas, and not realizing what the White Christmas was, I said, of course I would. Came downstairs, went in the cafeteria, and I saw thousands of Christmas presents wrapped in white packages. And when I saw those thousands of Christmas gifts wrapped in white paper, I started crying. And the reason why I started crying, my mind went back to when I was about 5 or 6 years old, living in Smoky Hollow. And I remember at Christmas time, we always had presents under the tree that were wrapped in white packages. And we were poor. A single mother with 10 children, couldn't afford Christmas gifts. And at that moment in the cafeteria, it made me realize that this is how my family got our Christmas gifts at Christmas. It was because of the people's heart here in Pickens County, and it's still ongoing. So my hat off to the students and the staff who keeps the White Christmas going. I remember that. And I remember also a couple of years ago when they were sophomores, I brought my granddaughters to a basketball game, and the cheerleaders were cheering, they were doing a good job, and my granddaughter was like, can we go cheer with them? And I told them, no, the cheerleaders, they don't have time for you guys. But I specifically remember Brianna Brooks, Alyssa Hutchinson, and Caroline Chauffeur, and Arena Faber. They come and got my granddaughters, took them down on the basketball court, and the entire game, they allowed them to cheer, they gave them pom-poms, the whole 9 yards. And to this day, my granddaughters talk about that. And that's the kind of students that we have here in Pickens County. The past 3 years I've been here, I also learned a lot of words that people don't normally speak in other places. Not from Mr. Williams, but I learned some words from Mr. Williams. But one word I learned, I was in the office one day, and Brianna Simpson came busting in the door, crying like somebody was killing her. And I'm like, what is going on with her? And she, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, what is she talking about? And then finally, she said, he said, I got cankles. So in my mind, I'm thinking, if she got cankles, she got to go see the nurse, because I don't want what she got if it's contagious. So finally, one of the young ladies said, cankles. Cankles is when a person have, well, y'all from up here in Jasper, you know what cankles are, So over the years, I had to be the mediator. I had to get between folks, stop them from fighting, stop them from vaping, and doing just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. A few weeks ago, these 4 girls, or 4 or 5 girls, they were friends for a long time. And they were arguing and fussing over the craziest, most silliest thing. Come in the office crying, snot coming out of the nose, wanting to fight each other. And I simply told them, you girls are getting ready to graduate. And if you start a fight, I'm going to go to Mr. Williams. I'm going to make sure you guys don't graduate. You don't have no business fighting. You guys are friends. So I had to talk to Angel Benson, Amador Lowe, and Gracie Harper, Ivy Patterson, and Ashley Brown. They went to fight and they were friends. So I had to explain to them, listen, friends get mad at each other, but friends don't stay mad forever. You guys and girls are getting ready to graduate, and time is going to go by fast, very fast. I guarantee you that somebody here, a lot of us here in this audience who graduated, have not said at one point, I wish I could go back to school and do it again. You're going to miss these days. You're going to miss your friends. But make sure when you leave here, when you leave home, make sure you leave the right way, because you never know when you may have to come back. And again, for the guys and girls that's going to the military, man, my hat's off to you. Congratulations. I love the military. And I saw the guy, what's his name back here, with the long hair, stand up. Take that hat off. Don't y'all start praying. It's not the second coming. Jesus didn't come back yet, y'all. But when you go in the military, buddy, you see this right here? Thank you, guys. So, again, you guys are great. And then also, the past 3 years that I've been here, the SRO office is just down the hall from a couple of bathrooms. And there have been quite a few times over the past few years that a female student or female students have gone into the female's bathroom, cried, had a nervous breakdown, and just acting all kind of crazy. And, you know, I'm like, you know, what's going on? What's wrong? You know, I can't go in the bathroom. And to them, it's an emergency because, you know how teenagers are. You know, they break a nail and they think the world's coming to the end. And so they screaming and crying, and I know I couldn't go into the female's bathroom. So what I would do, I picked up the phone. It's been quite a few times. I picked up the phone and I dialed 3 numbers. No, those 3 numbers were not 911. The 3 numbers I dialed were 188. Those 3 numbers went to Miss Lutz's room. Miss Lutz, where's Miss Lutz? Miss Lutz, stand up. And every time I dialed Miss Lutz's class to help me with a female who was having a nervous breakdown, she would come down the hall with the sweetest, the most reassuring voice you'd ever want to hear. She would talk the student out of the bathroom. And the reason why I called Miss Lutz, because Miss Jenny Champion was too far away. She's down by the principal's office. But Miss Lutz would come down, talk the student out of whatever that was going on, and she would walk the student to wherever they needed to be, whether it was the nurse's office or to the principal's office. But she had that calming voice. And something I learned about Miss Lutz, she wears a lot of hats. She's assistant basketball coach. She runs the cross country program. And she's over the Thursday morning prayer service. I remember one morning she told me, can we meet us at the flagpole and pray? Of course I did. So she wears a lot of hats. And just a few hours ago, one of the young ladies walked up to me with a boyfriend, and she's like, can he go in the bathroom with me? He had chocolate in his car. And I sat down in the chocolate, and it got all over my dress. And the first thing I told her, you need to break up with that rascal. Break up with him, because if you his girlfriend, and he got chocolate in his car, as hot as it is, you got on a white dress, and you sit down, and he's laughing, break up with him. And let me tell you guys what Miss Lutz did. She went and gave the young lady her dress. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. She gave the young lady her dress, and I learned something. The reason why they love Miss Lutz so much is because she looked like one of the students. Seriously, she looked like one of the students, and they treat her like she's their mother, and they respect her. So, Miss Lutz, I thank you, and these kids really do appreciate you. Now, 3 years ago, you guys were freshmen, and I just got here. You came out of 8th grade, walking around the hallways lost, looking like the deer in the headlights, and some of you thought you were the big dogs. Well, you were just little puppies, walking around lost and didn't know what was going on. And now guess what? You're no longer the little puppies, you are the big dogs on campus. Or should I say, you are the big dragons on campus. You're going to leave and go away. And speaking of dogs, I'm reminded of a very, very, very small dog that the principal, Mr. Wallace, had. And Mr. Wallace, he loved that dog more than anything. The only thing that he cared about and loved more than that little dog was his family, the students and staff here at Pickens County. And everywhere he went except for school, he took that dog. Gracie Harper, you can't bring dogs to school. He took that dog. And one day, things that here at Pickens High was going crazy. Folk was acting crazy, teachers acting crazy. I mean, everything was going wrong, and Mr. Wallace couldn't control nobody. Things had gotten so bad that he forgot to eat lunch that day. So he went home, and he decided, I'm hungry, I'm about to starve. I'm gonna make me a sandwich, and then the dog and I were going for a walk. So he went in the kitchen and opened the refrigerator, got his ham, his sausage, his bread, his mayonnaise, made him a humongous sandwich, got his favorite beverage, Kool-Aid, sat down and he ate his sandwich, and he got up, getting ready to go for a walk with his dog, but he couldn't find his dog. He looked all over for the dog, couldn't find the dog, so in his mind he decided to backtrack to find his dog. So the last thing, he said, now I remember the last place I saw my dog was in the kitchen. So he went in the kitchen, opened the refrigerator, and lo and behold, there the dog was, froze stiff. So Mr. Wallace knew he couldn't call the vet or Peter. If he called the vet, they would report him, and he was going to spend a few nights in the Donny Craig Motel. So he did the next best thing. He called his buddy, Mr. Chris Williams, an expert in these kind of matters. So, Mr. Williams, if you talk to Mr. Williams, you know he got language from another continent. So he told Mr. Wallace, don't worry about it, son, I got you. He said, give the dog a teaspoon of gas. So Mr. Wallace, not knowing better, pried the dog's mouth open, gave him a teaspoon of gas. The dog jumps up, running around about 100 miles an hour, and keels over. The dog ran out of gas. My point is this right here. To the students, to the graduating class of 2021, as you leave here and go to the next phase of your life, you are going to need more than a teaspoon of gas to make it in life. You need a full tank. You need a full tank of love. You need a full tank of joy. You need a full tank of peace. You need a full tank of patience. You need a full tank of kindness. You need a full tank of goodness. You need a full tank of laughter. And by all means, fill your tanks with some extra education. High school is good, but if you want to go further, get a full tank of extra education. And whatever you get in life, wherever you go in life, as I said earlier, never ever forget where you come from. Don't forget Pickens County. Don't forget your family. Don't forget your friends. Don't forget your loved ones. And don't burn the bridges that you come across on, because you may have to go back across. So don't do like Mr. Wallace's dog. Don't just take a teaspoon of anything. Anything you want in life, get as much as you can while you can. Because when you leave school, when you graduate, time is going to fly by, fly by, fly by. 42 years ago when I graduated, I had a big old humongous afro. Now I got a no-fro. Y'all think I'm kidding? I had a six-pack. Now I got a keg. And it's not from drinking kegs, it's because time is going by. So don't get more than a teaspoon. And so after Mr. Wallace's little bitty dog ran out of gas, for some reason he went and got himself another small dog. I don't understand why he keep getting these small dogs that keep getting in the refrigerator. So but this time he said to himself, I am going to keep my dog outside in the fence on the porch. I'm going to make sure he doesn't get in the refrigerator. So he kept the dog on the porch, he built a fence and had a locking gate. And every morning before Mr. Wallace came to school, he left the dog on the porch, went out the gate and locked the gate and went to school. Mr. Chris Williams lived up the street from Mr. Wallace. And Mr. Williams, he also had a dog. But the dog Mr. Williams had was a humongous dog. It was a mixed breed. It mixed with anything and it would breed with everything. This dog had some German Shepherd, some Pit Bull, Rottweiler, Doberman Pinscher, Wolf, Shark, Alligator. This dog Mr. Williams had was a humongous. Sam Stout, where you at, Sam? Stand up. Sam. The dog Mr. Williams had was bigger than Sam Stout. Thank you. And every morning before Mr. Williams came to school, he would walk his big dog down the street past Mr. Wallace's house. And the little bitty feisty dog that Mr. Wallace had, he would look up the street, see Mr. Williams coming with his big dog, and that little rascal would jump off the porch, barking and yapping and making all kind of crazy noise, talking like Chris Williams. He would jump up on the fence and bark, and that big old vicious dog would look at him at the corner of his eye, keep on walking. A little bit of feisty dog stuck his chest out, stuck his ears up, stuck his tail out, and just walked back up on the porch like he done something. This happened every day. One morning about 4 o'clock, the superintendent called Mr. Wallace and said, Chris, the teachers and staff at the high school going crazy. About 25 and a half of them quit. You need to get to the school as quick as possible. So Mr. Wallace jumped in the shower, put his clothes on, run out the door, and forget to lock the gate. Mr. Williams, as he normally does, walks his big, vicious, mean dog down the street past Mr. Wallace's house. The little bitty dog on the porch, looking up the street, see him coming down the street. This little rascal jumps off the porch, takes off, barking, jumps up on the fence, and the gate swings open. And when that gate swung open, that little dog found himself staring up into the eyes of the most vicious, stink breath, bloodshot eyes, green teeth, foaming at the mouth dog he could ever imagine. And Mr. Williams' dog looked at that little bitty dog and he said, yeah, buddy, I've been waiting for this day a long time. In fact, you don't know how long I've been praying for this day. Mr. Williams' dog grabbed Mr. Wallace's dog and he began to sling him and rip him. I mean, he told that little dog a new one. He didn't kill him. He threw him over the gate, walked off. Mr. Wallace's little bitty dog crawls across the yard, crawls up on the porch, sits down, and he says, I got one question. Who in there left that gate open? My point is this, for the graduating class. The gate is open now. Make sure when you go out the gate that your bite is worse than your bark. A lot of people, they still have a real vicious bark but no bite, no bite. The gate to a whole new world has just swung open. Go out the gate. Get out of life what you can. Get all you can. And by all means, treat people how you want to be treated. Don't do like the small dog. Don't just bark, bark, bark as long as you got the protection of your mother and your father. I got news for you. It's a sad reality. Your mother and your father will not always be here. Honor your mothers, honor your fathers, and when the gate opens, go out the gate, explore what's out there. Keep your head on your shoulders, and by all means, do not come over to the Donnie Craig Motel. And as I go to my seat, let me leave this with you. There are a lot of clubs and sororities that you guys can join. Go off to college, go to the military. There are a lot of clubs and sororities that all of you can join. But I want to encourage you guys and gals not to join 3 clubs. These 3 clubs I don't ever want you to join. Never join the woulda, shoulda, coulda club. The world, the jailhouses, the prisons, and the graveyards are full of people who are in the woulda, shoulda, coulda club. They'll tell you when I was in high school, I should have done this, I would have done that, I could have done that, but they've never done it. Don't join that club. If there's something in life you want to do, by all means do it, and do it the right way. One other thing before I take my seat. If you ever get ready to do something in life, and if you have to look over your shoulder to make sure no one is looking, guarantee you, you're getting ready to do something wrong. Don't do it. Don't do it. And in the words of Buford T. Justice, Smokey and the Bandit, y'all don't know nothing about that, but I bet your parents do. In the words of Buford T. Justice, you can think about it, but don't do it. God bless you.
Thank you, Officer Roach, I think. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Brooke Bell, our salutatorian for the class of 2021, to the podium to deliver her salutatory address.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Good evening, everyone. I want to preface this by expressing what an honor and privilege it is to be standing in front of you. I was once sitting out there in the audience, listening to the valedictorian and salutatorian speeches, and I remember thinking, man, I hope they wrap this up soon. It is way too hot out here for this. Thankfully, this year's graduation is at a much later time, so the heat isn't too much of an issue. On a more serious note, I do want to thank a few people for helping me get to where I am today. To my teachers from Hill City Elementary, you helped to build the academic foundation for the skills I would learn to develop later on. During this period of my life, I was often asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer changed frequently, as I was constantly introduced to new ideas, which sparked my interest. I became fascinated with science, intrigued by history, interested in math, and captivated by reading. While these concepts were ultimately part of an educational curriculum, you presented them in such a way that led me to genuinely enjoy learning. As a result, I remained open-minded as I transitioned into other periods of my life. To my teachers from Jasper Middle, you helped me overcome the challenges that came with transitioning from elementary to middle school. My experience at JMS was initially difficult, as the environment was drastically different from that which I had grown accustomed to at Hill City. Even at a different school, I was continually motivated to be successful in all areas of my life. I was expected to perform at the best of my ability, and you always provided me with the assistance and resources I needed to do so. And finally, to all my teachers from Pickens High, you challenged and encouraged me every day. It is because of you that I was able to live up to my fullest potential. I appreciate every college and scholarship recommendation letter you wrote for me, every time you stayed after school to help me learn something I couldn't understand in class, and every piece of advice you gave me over the years. Not because you wanted this recognition or some kind of award for your efforts, but because you personally wanted to see me succeed. To my family, you were always willing to advise me both in my academic and personal endeavors. It is because of you that I always had a supportive environment at home. To my friends, you've pushed me to become the best person I could be. Whether I've known you for 13 years or only a few months, please know that I am immensely thankful for you and will always remember the times where you made me feel loved and appreciated. I am so proud of you for finally completing this journey with me, and I encourage you all to stay in touch with me. I truly look forward to seeing where your futures take you. I'll admit, I shed a few tears on my last day of school last Friday, and I will probably cry a little more on my way out of Dragon Drive when we're finished here tonight. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It only goes to show that there's something here at PHS that we will miss. Whether it was the football games on Friday nights, or watching the absolutely beautiful sunrise over Dragon Drive in the mornings, or participating in a club or organization you were passionate about, or simply seeing your friends in the hall between classes, I hope you all found something to hold on to as you go your separate ways. Some people may advise you to leave everything behind as you begin your life beyond high school, but I would tell you otherwise. I made so many memories and gained invaluable experiences while here at PHS. Without a doubt, they helped me develop into the person I am today. Seniors, I ask that you always cherish the times you had in high school and keep in touch with those who became a part of your life along the way. I hope you all continue building new connections and relationships as you move into the next stage of your life, but I've found that the familiarity of a friend from the past can always help you overcome the hard times and celebrate the good ones. Whether your future keeps you in Pickens County or takes you across the world, I hope you always remember the memories you made here at Pickens High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. At this time, I would like to invite Miss Heather Vincent, our valedictorian for the class of 2021, to the podium to deliver our valedictory address.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Heather Vincent, and I have the honor of being the valedictorian for Pickens High School's graduating class of 2021. For those of you who don't know me, I like being prepared for what's coming next. I've carried around a planner for these past few years that has truly been a lifesaver. Being able to write down everything that I need to accomplish helps me ensure that I can control how I spend my time. But when I was going through my old calendar, I couldn't seem to find where quarantining for the next few months was written down. I guess I must have missed a new holiday, or maybe I forgot to write down we would be experiencing a pandemic. My bad. So, unfortunately for people like myself, we can't all predict what's going to happen next. March has been a crazy experience since we've been sent home last year, and unfortunately for myself, my plans for becoming a weathercaster just weren't going to work out, and I'm sorry to disappoint all of my Hill City fans that used to watch me give Heather's weather announcements every morning on Hawkeye Heights. I just wasn't cut out for that unpredictability. In all seriousness, though, we wouldn't be here without the struggles we've been through. While I don't personally know each of the graduates seated next to me, I do know that every last one of us has worked hard to be here. What we have each accomplished is not something that everyone can do. Not all students finish high school, and we've all come a long way since freshman year. And I would like to take this time and congratulate my fellow graduates on their successes. After spending 13 years working to earn our diplomas, we have finally reached an end to this chapter. So the question, what's next, remains lingering in all of our minds. Some of us plan on attending college while others are out getting jobs. And to those students who have decided on entering into the armed service, once again, I just wanted to say a special thank you for your bravery and commitment to this country. With that being said, whatever each of us decides to do with our future, we are all connected by this day. We are all defined as graduates of Pickens High School's graduating class of 2021. So no matter how far we travel, we will always have this community to come home to. The amount of support I received from Pickens County to reach this point in my life will always be a reminder of the true generosity of this town. I have been able to learn so much about servitude through the hands and feet of the people around me, and I will never forget the kindness I have been shown. Thank you to the community in Pickens County for always being a light and a model for us students to follow. Thank you to the administrators and faculty of Pickens High School for making this graduation possible and for encouraging each of us students to succeed not only in the classroom, but as individuals. I want to thank Miss Rangel especially for going out of her way to ensure that I was prepared for college and that I wasn't missing any part of my senior year. Thank you to all of my teachers who have inspired me throughout these 13 years to continue my education beyond the classroom. Thank you to all my friends for motivating me along this journey. I've had the privilege of knowing so many of my classmates at Pickens High School, and every one of them has encouraged me to continue being a better student and friend. Thank you to my family for always being there to support me. I couldn't count the number of times my grandparents, aunts, uncles, and even my cousins have come to watch me at concerts, recitals, and banquets. They're always going to be my #1 fans, and I'm so proud to have them as family. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents for always believing in me. Both my mom and my dad and my sister Hannah have been on this journey with me since the beginning, and their love has been so abundant and unconditional. I thank them for never letting me give up on myself, and I hope that I encourage them to do the same. My mom has gone through some difficult time these past few months, and I am so thankful that I'm blessed enough to call her mom. Even on her worst days, she would always be there to cheer me on. My gratitude for everyone that has been a part of my life can't truly be represented by my words, but I hope that all of these thank yous express even just a little bit of my sincerity. I hope that each graduate can remember these final words as they move forward from today. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Mr. Young, Superintendent of Schools, honorable members of the Pickens County Board of Education, county office officials, parents, and guests. The faculty of Pickens High School and I confirm that these students receiving a diploma today, which are gathered and assembled here this evening on May 21st, 2021, have completed all requirements for high school set forth by the state of Georgia and the Pickens County Board of Education, and that they are all qualified to participate in this graduation exercise. Mr. Young and the counselors, please come forward to assist with the diplomas. Heather Renee Vincent. Brooke Nicole Bell. Alyssa Lavon Ray. Clayton Matthew Chauffeur. Sarah Christina Cottrell. Summer Dawn O'Day. Senior Class President Alyssa Ray will be forward to read the rest of the names as soon as she finishes her route. So pause for just a second for us.
Tristan Michael Abbott. Thomas Grant Aiken. Nate Philip Andrews. Caroline Elizabeth Angela Santi. Austin Tyler Ahrens. Veronica Lee Ash. Alexis May Atkins. Molly Ann Ayers. Daylin Grace Baker. Caden Michael Barfield. Lonnie Marie Barnes. Presley Carter Barnett. Paloma Jasmine Barham. Alyssa Jade Bates. Kinsley Taylor Beck. Bailey Jean Finefield. Angel Pecora Benson. O'Reilly Reagan Bishop. Brooklyn Marie Black. Mark Robert Black. Sydney Michael Julian Bone. Chloe Sierra Boswell. Tyler Hamilton Bowen. Dixie Rose Bradley. Kayla Diana Bramlett. Christian Paul Brannon. Matthew Luke Brindle. Brianna Nicole Brooks. Ashley Grace Brown. Stephen Michael Brownell. Pete Lamar Bryant Jr. Jesse Daniel Buchanan. Andrew James Burrow. Jonathan Hunter Bush. Macy Michelle Buttimer. Kayla Ann Cagle. Matthew Ryan Campbell. Sierra Montana Lynn Cantrell. Jace Stephen Carriola. Garrett Michael Arthur Carroll. Suzanne Elizabeth Castles. Kenneth Anthony Cervantes. Brianne Michelle Chadwick. Cy Truman Chadwick. Brody Jefferson Cheatham. Austin Damian Chumley. Wesley Connor Chumley. Amberly Megan Clark. Jada Starr Klein. Christopher Dylan Colburn. Dylan Timothy Coley. Harley Leanne Coley. Elizabeth Anna Collins. Caitlin Elena Cordell. Peyton Eli Couch. Amber Lyric Cox. Skylar Theodore Curry. Amber Rubinia De La O. Allison Elizabeth DeBoer. Kevin Michael DeBoer. Kelsia Brooke Dinsmore. Nathaniel Seth Dinsmore. Katie DeRosa Guerrero. Hannah Mae Dingman. Jesse William Dobson. Robert Kelly Tank Fist Dover. Megan Amber Duckett. Jonathan Aaron Dunn. Ariana Ray Edgington. Ashley Brooke Edwards. Madeline Claire Elrod. Andrew Allen Faber. Sierra Morgan Farrell. Rosamond Elizabeth Finney. Lydia Marie Fisk. Parker Rance Fleming. Bryson William Wade Flowers. Shannon Gabriel Folks. Mason Michael Ford. Ansley Lucille Franklin. Lauren Marie Franklin. Riley Alexa Franklin. DJ Funk. Bailey Caitlin Gaddis. Cora Ruth Gartrell. Jaden Lane Gilbert. Braden Jeffrey Goforth. Louise Angel Gonzalez. Alexander Riley Goodman. Ian James Goodwin. Austin Michael Gorman. Allie Catherine Gorth. David Lee Gossett. Madison Cheyenne Gossett. Ella Pearl Gregg. Jesse Aaron Griffin. Ellie Marina Halco. Sydney Diane Hall. Ashlyn Grace Hamrick. Michael Brandon Hand. Allison Rose Harper. Gracie Nicole Harper. Brock Aiden Harold. Reagan Olivia Harwood. Mila Jade Hayden. Skylar Bailey Haynes. Summer Lynn Head. Jefferson Glenn Hembry Jr. Cade Andrew Hester. Corey Lee Hicks. Keely Ann Hillhouse. Penelope Jane Hobgood. Raven Cheyenne Holzenbeck. Alexis Nicole Holt. Sean Wallace Howard. Savannah Nicole Hughes. Caitlin Leanne Holsey. Alyssa Lee Hutchison. Dakota Keith Hutchison. Deshani Cheyenne Hare. Chloe Sue Imbriano.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Julian Matthew Jacobs. Haley Elise Jarrett. Megan Alexis Jarvis Cantrell. Clayton Shane Johnson. Peyton Alexander Johnson. Anthony Lee Jones. Kayla Mackenzie Jones. Summer Corinne Jones. Caroline Blair Jordan. Edward David Keller. Christopher Lee Kidd. Meredith Page Klein. Anthony Klimbo. Caitlin Ann Clock. Morgan Elizabeth Crassus. Emily Brianna Lasser. DJ Lee. Annabelle Victoria Pearl Leister. Haley Denise Yvonne Lewis. Edmund Robert Thomas Lindbergh. Jacob Marshall Lindsay. Sean Bailey Little. Kansas Latilda Loggins. Keegan Tyler Lohman.
Looking out for that one.
Oh yeah. I wish I could go back and read these. And you don't want to know why. He knows I'm crazy. I know you're crazy, bro.
Emma Lynn Long.
He's like, really?
That's where he fell off.
Jaden Christopher Linwood Lott. Tucker Andrew Lau. Day Thomas Luther. Christopher Thomas Martin. Lily Rebecca Martin. Logan Joel Martinez. Yasani Mata.
Save up the money for it.
Savannah Scott Molden. Marley Dawn McClare. Brianna Nicole McNeese.
Yeah, but I'm going to get it one day and they just say, well, have it. At least I know what I'm spending on. They don't know where.
Brett Austin Menard. Braxton Keith Miller. Justin Paul Mills.
Said you better wear them raincoats.
James Allen Moore II.
Okay, Bobby.
Axel Morales Hernandez. Evan Reed Morris. Blake Lamar Moss. Owen Bailey Moss. Darby Glenn Mullis Jr. Dion Travius Mumphrey. Charles Dominic Murphy. Joshua Aiden Murphy. Brittany Cheyenne Neighbors. Ronald Chase Nelson. Addie Olivia Nichols. Michaela Nicole Odom. Matthew Austin Packens. Hannah Annabelle Amy Palmer. Cameron James Parker. Cheyenne Emily Parker. Ansley Nicole Parks. Sarah Frances Parks. Ivany Giovanni Patterson. Nicole Eileen Patterson. Abigail Hope Payne. Allison Reese Payne. Brianna Renee Payne. Caden Allen Payne. Faith June Phillips. Sadie Marie Phillips. James Patrick Pickett. Michaela Ross Pickett. Michelle Riley Pickett. Whit Colin Pierce. Madeline Rose Pitts. Brooklyn Elaine Potter. Haley Jade Potts. Zachariah John Price. Brooke Emily Quarles. Gretchen Bailey Rasco. Clayton James Reese. Colin Abel Reese. Lyndon Brooke Reese. Alexis Danielle Reeves. Jacob Christian Reppert. Cassidy Teagan Richards. Gabriel James Roberts. Leonel Rodriguez III. Nicholas Zane Rowland. William Clark Rowland. Shelby Elizabeth Rooker. Michael Jason Rumsey. Taylor Renee Reimer. Nathaniel Luke Saldivar. Victor Manuel Salto. Sebastian Thomas Satterfield. Carmel James Serban. Katie Morgan Setzer. Kevin Logan Setzer. Evelyn Louise Shar. Destiny Marie Shepherd. Caroline Elizabeth Chauffeur. Leon Jean Simmons. Lily Jade Simmons. Brianna Dale Simpson. Carly Ann Simpson. Colin Aaron Samuel Smith. Tippy Marie Solomon. Kelsey Guadalupe Soloria. Alexis Ann Steinfeld. Lucille Elise Stout. Samuel Griggs Stout. Levi Haygood Zane Stover. Wesley Garrett Sultan. Drake Bradford Sutton. Noah Sean Sutton. Nathaniel Lawson Swafford. Chloe McKenzie Teague. Hannah Brayley Teague. Lauren McKenna Tourette. Casey Lance Thomas. Jada Diane Tilley. Sierra August Tenen. Caitlin Brianna Tucker.
What is it? Sophia. Calm it down, sister.
Dawson Yule Turner. Troy Wade Twyman. Adriana Nicole Van. Landon Bryce Vanson. Haley Madison Boyle. McKenna Faye Walker.
Get away from her.
Madeline Michelle Watkins. Nicholas Guy Watkins. Rachel Jo Watson. Mystic Latora Weaver.
I just wish somebody freaking baby me. me. I said, well, it ain't gonna be me.
Levi Bryce Wells. Lane William Wynn. Alania Wang. Caden Sierra Waring.
She said she was.
Hunter Jordan White. Seth Franklin White. Jared Ray Whitmer. Selena Starr Wilkie. Andrew Kyle Williams. Connor Dalton Jackson Williams. Catherine Grace Williams. Tucker Lee Williams. Sarah Elaine Williford. Tyler Joseph Winkler. William Allen Wynn. Chloe Elizabeth Wise. Maxie Grace Woodall. Samuel Alexander Worley. Delana Stephanie Wright. Madison Brianne Yoakum. Kelsey Renee Young. Kevin Zaragoza.
At this time, I would like to introduce the senior class treasurer, Miss Summer O'Day.
Good evening. My name is Summer O'Day. As the class treasurer, I am pleased to introduce the 2021 graduating class song, I'll Always Remember You by Andrew Green and Maria Brown Gallenberg. This song gives us hope that no matter how far we go and how many new friends we make, that we'll always remember the good times we had with each other and the people we've met during these 13 years of trials and tribulations. The song appears in the 9th episode of the 4th season of one of our childhood shows, Hannah Montana. In this episode, the audience learns that Miley Cyrus's best friend and Miley Cyrus will have to say goodbye to each other since they will not be going to the same college. As some of us here today are just a few short months away from saying goodbye to our close friends, we can relate to the feeling of having to let someone go that we've known for what feels like forever. This episode teaches us the importance of letting go and knowing that the goodbye doesn't always have to mean that we have to forget the ones close to us. That no matter what we face after we leave the ceremony, that we'll always remember the good times that high school brought and always remember those closest to us. Everything we've been working for has led us to this moment where we sit next to each other for the last time as a whole group, all with different plans for the future, nervous, excited, and ready for what the world may bring. We all knew this day would come, and now that it's finally here, we have to remember to look forward and enjoy the good times and learn from the bad times, as our future is going to fly just like our high school years did. So even though there will be laughter and tears tonight, we have to finally close this chapter of our book of our lives and press forward and follow our dreams. It might be hard to say goodbye, but in the end, goodbye is never really the end, just a pause in one chapter and the start of another. Thank you.
Thank you, Summer. Please welcome back to the podium the senior class president, Miss Alyssa Ray, to deliver the class president's speech.
Good morning, Pickens High School. Or should I say good evening, Pickens High School. My name is Alyssa Ray, but you might know me better as the excited voice on the morning announcements you've heard for the past 3 years. I am, as previously stated, the class president of the Pickens High School graduating class of 2021. So, here we are yet again under the stadium lights on a Friday night. Only, this time it's a little bit different. Instead of cheering for the football team or the marching band, we will be cheering for every student walking across this field tonight. Take it in, folks. It's been a long 13 years of milestones, memories, and challenges leading us to this very moment. Now, I could talk about the past year we've had, how we survived the pandemic, good job, and all the trials that came with it. But you will be hearing about that for the next 10 to 20 years, so I'll move on to happier subjects. I was asked to give you all words of encouragement or advice. The best I could think of is to tell you to be undoubtedly yourself in everything you do. A message you have no doubt heard a million times before, but I ask that this time you really listen. I know as young adults, a lot of pressure is put onto us from the world. They ask that we all become one thing, or they plan our successes for us in a step-by-step guide. A guide that does not mention individuality, creativity, or the passions from deep within one's soul. It instead asks that you lose parts of yourself to fit in their agenda. My hope is that not only do you all become successful, but that you all become more of yourselves on the way to success, whatever that means for you. Perhaps that means you change how you look, or you start to carry glitter in your pockets. Maybe it means you change your original life plans and goals to something a bit more joyous, or you may begin running 5Ks for fun. Whatever it means for you, I hope you do it. Too often in life, we are held back by our own thoughts and fears of the opinions of others. I implore you to let go of these feelings and to embrace the things that bring you to life. Explore new paths, try new things, dance in the rain, get dirty, get loud, get quiet. Do everything you possibly can. Take up space and write your life as a brand new story. Find who you want to be and let nothing stand in your way. This is your life and you've only got one. Don't waste it. Now, I ask that you take a moment right now and look around like everyone has told you to do already. Look at the person next to you. Look at your friends in front of or behind you. Go on, turn. Look to the stands and see the people and the proud faces here to celebrate you tonight. Look to the sky and remember those who are here with us in spirit tonight. Remember these people. Our teachers have been saying it for a while now, but I know no one truly believed them when they said that this night is the last time we will be able to be together like this forever. And I'm beginning to see how right they are. Tonight proves what no teenager believes in, but is obviously inevitable. All things must come to an end. This is a bittersweet goodbye, and I'm sad to see us go, but I'm more excited to see our stories unfold in this new chapter. As you leave Dragon Drive for possibly the last time tonight, say a thank you to her. In the words of Miss Cora Guttrell, she has loved us even when we did not love her. And it is our memories and our stories that have given life to this place, a life and a legacy to be remembered here forever. You are Dragon Nation, because Dragon Nation is not a place, it's a people. It is you. You have given this place life, and now it is time for you to give life to new horizons. All right, now everyone look to your mothers and say, "Hey Mom, I did it." Or Dad. At this time, will the class of 2021 please move their tassels from right to left? Congratulations.
Thank you, Alyssa. As is the case with any organization, it takes a great support system in order for success to be experienced. I would like to recognize a few individuals that have been instrumental in making this event and our school year possible. Ms. Sharman Martin, my administrative assistant, and the brains behind this ceremony today, as well as our daily operations. We could not make today happen without your hard work and commitment. Thank you for everything you do for this school and our students. Assisting her with preparations for today and helping run our school each and every day, Ms. Sharon Childers, Ms. Candy DePrima, Ms. Shannon Luddington, Ms. Carly Culverhouse, Ms. Sonia Gossett. Our school depends on each of you. Thank you for all you do. To our PHS counselors who work diligently to serve our students and staff each day, Ms. Jana Champion, Ms. Judy Rangel, and Ms. Alicia Wilson. You are rock stars and the Dragon Nation appreciates you. My administrative staff, assistant principals, Mr. Chris Williams, Mr. Rick Goebel, Mr. Rodney Martin, and Mr. Tim Basden, and also our instructional lead strategist, Ms. Angie Allen. Each of you are a valuable part of our team, and I'm grateful to be surrounded by such hardworking and dedicated individuals. A special thank you to Ms. Angela Quarles, Mr. John Lowe, Mr. Patrick Shea, and Mr. Joey Satterfield and Mr. Michael Oob, who helped us sort out the many technical and sound details that were vital to making today happen. Ms. Sarah Harvin, our choral director, thank you for leading our talented chorus students. Sheriff Donnie Craig, our school resource officers in the Pickens County Sheriff Department, for all that you do to keep our schools and communities safe each and every day. Also to Chief Shalom Elrod and the Pickens County Emergency Management personnel for their continuous support of our school. We owe a debt of gratitude to all of you for your thankless jobs that you do each and every day to serve this community through law enforcement and emergency response. Our field setup crew, Mr. Tommy Tatum, Mr. Jason Cantrell, and Miss Cassidy Samples, and several others who worked very hard to make sure the field setup was perfect. Mr. Stacy Gilliland, Chief Operations Officer, and his crew for campus preparations today and all that you do throughout the year for us. Ms. Ginger Grimmett, Transportation Supervisor, and our drivers for providing safe transportation today and for all of our students all year long. To LJ Telephone Company for creating the stream and all the technical expertise and support you provide to us constantly. I would like to thank my wife Linda, my son Nathan, my parents, and the rest of my family. I spend a lot of time away from them to serve this great school and these students. I appreciate their love and support while I do so. Lastly, to the class of 2021, I would like to say that it has been a privilege to serve as your principal for the last 4 years. As a K-12 product of this district and an employee for the last 13 years, I have an enormous sense of pride as I stand before you this day. This is an amazing venue that we are assembled in, and I'm honored to call this community, this district, and this school my home. The last 15 months have presented many challenges for all of us. I am proud that you have stayed the course and remained focused on your goal of graduating from Pickens High School. As you may remember, I made a pact with you the first day of your freshman year. I pledged to do my best to stay the course and see you through all 4 years. I challenge each one of you to do the same and meet me here on this day. You have risen to that challenge and in many ways exceeded all expectations. For that, you are to be commended and celebrated. We made it together. This class will forever be etched in my mind as the first cycle I have led through this school. What an honor it has been to watch you grow and experience countless successes. Thank you for what you have poured into the Dragon Nation and this community. Know that we love you and are always here for you. Class of 2021, congratulations. I'm extremely proud of you, of each and every one of you. Go forth, pursue greatness, and follow your dreams. Thank you. Alyssa, the stage is all yours.
Okay guys, we're going to take a selfie. Both sides. I charged my phone for this. So y'all smile big. Mama's watching. Alright guys, the time has come. Congratulations. I'm so proud of all of you. Hey mama, look, I did it. Okay, if all of you would please be prepared to throw your caps, I'll give you to the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.